I just left the restaurant. Actually, I don't know what time it is. I'll just check. Okay, just after 9 o'clock. We got there at 6:30. It was quite good, actually. Everybody there was doing a bit of travelling and interesting people to talk to. It was quite a good night. Food wasn't super cheap. It cost me $35 for a small gnocchi and a glass of cab sab, but that's not unusual, I guess. Just the way it is. But yeah, it was good company anyway, so it was a good night. So that was quite enjoyable. So I'm glad I did that. And I'll turn up to the next one if I'm still here while Toni's having her next meetup. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, interesting people. They've been all travelled quite extensively and done different things, and yeah, it was very enjoyable. And actually, the gnocchi wasn't cheap, but it was nice. I've got to say, it was reasonable. So the food was okay. And this is Cairns on a Friday night in June. So there you go. But while I was just talking to Gordon, he was actually a guy who lives in Townsville, and he was a victim of the flooding. He had to relocate to a place temporarily. Well, when I say temporarily, I think he's got about a 12-month lease or something on this place near the Strand. It's a very nice place, but he lost virtually everything. He ran a business, and but everything was insured, so he's going to get all reimbursed for all his business and what have you. And so he's going to be okay. But he's 60 years old, but he's still sort of fairly resilient. So that's good for him. But other people didn't fare so well after all those floods last year, but just good to see some people did okay. I probably should go in there and get something. Actually, I do need to buy some stuff. Well, it's dead at the moment. Still managed to find the only traffic here today at this time of night. There's no one here. It's only a little after 9. It's pretty quiet. Yep. No life whatsoever apart from some Asian guy or girl on their bike. That's about it. Yeah, people get up really early here, and yeah, I guess there's just the nightlife ain't exactly bopping. It's not like King Street in Melbourne. But you know, it was a reasonable night. Good to get out, break the cycle. So and like I said, the people there were interesting. There'd been actually one of the guys, Rodney, was going on a motorbike tour through Russia via Vladivostok. That was his next trip, and he's also going to Mongolia, so it's pretty adventurous. And he's a guy who's actually he crewed on a cruise ship, and that was pretty amazing experience. Apparently, he was sick most of the time. It was a 12-night tour from Tasmania up to Sydney, and the weather can be pretty rough there. And he was actually in a hammock, and he had to pay for the privilege. He was crewing on the boat, and he said that the captain was fairly tyrannical. So it sounds not ideal for me, and yet he's also travelled in utter luxury on a passenger cruiser in a suite on a 7-day cruise. So he's gone from one extreme to the other. But interesting guy, really interesting guy. So it was a good experience. I think I got a woman there who said she was a super host of Airbnb, and I was sort of putting a bit of crap on Airbnb having zero customer service, which I believe they do have. The hosts, I've had good hosts, but the actual central office in San Francisco, they just want to make money. They don't give a crap about customer service. And but this woman seemed to get her back up when I said something disparaging about Airbnb, so we didn't exactly talk after that. So, you know, it's just one of those things. Overall, the people there were pretty nice, and there were 3 other guys there. They were both interesting guys to talk to anyway, so I was grateful for that. And he was raving about how Toni was very good at the agency and really enjoyed dealing with that travel agency. So a lot of the people there were using travel agents, and they were older. There was no one younger there. I think the youngest person would have been maybe in their 50s or late 40s. So it was a very old demographic. And but I enjoyed the experience. It was good. Meetup is a great system, and so I'll go to the next one if it's before I leave early September. So there's a chance that might be the case. So we'll see if Toni's going to organise one in the interim. So yeah, there's a bit of traffic down here still. This is a busy road, even this time of night. So this is the normal way I go back. I thought, well, I'll do it again because it's a shortcut. Don't want to waste too much time walking. But gee, there's not much out on the road. This is Friday night after all, and it's pretty quiet. Very quiet. There's the Channel 7 logo in the background. And just almost home now. Just got to go over Mulgrave Road and I'll be back home. So yeah, I'm surprised it's this quiet. There's just no one here. And if there's no one's here on a Friday night, imagine what it's like the rest of the week. And this is the impression I got when I got back from Vietnam last trip. When I got here, it just seemed like a post-apocalyptic landscape because there's just no people. And that pretty well sums it up. So, bit of traffic, but this is the main road going out to the suburbs, so you'd expect some traffic here, but not much. So there you go. My second travel meetup, which was quite good because there was about 12 of us, I think. So, and we all sort of introduced ourselves at the end of the night and just saying where we'd been and where we'd like to go, where we'd been on our last trip and where we'd like to go, and that was quite good because everybody got a chance to say something. Actually, one of the last persons who spoke, she said that she wanted to go to the Balkans, which I'd actually like to do too. So I think she was Italian actually, so she would know that area fairly well, not far from Italy. So yeah, it was a good night. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you or entertainment or whatever, and either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.